This is a newer gym. This is a newer, bigger version of CrossFit Greendale. Back on the walls of the old place, it said, yes, you can. And I believe, yes, you can. One of my favorite lines, I think I'm going to get it right, but it's whether you think you can or you can't, you're probably right. I love that line. And as long as you continue to think you can, you probably will. I got a phone call on Valentine's Day morning 5 years ago. My sister had called me. Our father was in a car crash down in Miami. That previous night, they were out for dinner and a double date with some friends, and he was in a coma. And so I jumped out of bed and went down to Miami and sat with him bedside for 3 days, and he passed away on Monday. It was Saturday morning. And his wife was killed in the crash as well, so the house was wide open, and a lot of things needed to be done. There was no family down there. My job allowed me to take some time off, so I went down to Miami and take care of the house and the estate. And through the process, going through some papers in his desk, I found his invitation to run for the senior Olympics, for the World Championship in the 5K. He was a world-class runner. So I called the Olympic Committee, and I'll never forget the day. I was sitting on the balcony overlooking the water, smoking a cigarette, drinking a rum and Coke, talking with a guy about, can I run for my father's honor in the Olympics? And they got back to me a few weeks later, and they said yes. And I was petrified, mortified, because I was 285 pounds, smoking, drinking, just living the good life, so I thought. Realized that I would need to change a few things if I was going to run in this race and not embarrass his name. So I came home, joined the YMCA, and lost 65 pounds in a couple of months. And through that process, many people saw my transformation rapidly. Also knowing that I'm in my mid-40s, they started following me. And I bought a kettlebell because the YMCA didn't have a kettlebell. I bought a battle rope because they didn't have a rope. I bought a weighted vest, and every day I'd lug my stuff in, and people started following me around. And next thing you know, we have a little following. And they asked me to put on a class. So I donated my time, and I put together a little boot camp class. But I used kettlebells and battle ropes, and we did box jumps. And through the process of that, some young man tapped me on the shoulder one day in the hallway, and he said, you know you're doing CrossFit. I was like, what is that? I don't know what that is. Just so happens that I would fly back and forth to Miami quite a bit. My father was killed by a drunk driver, so there was a lot of things happening, and I spent a lot of time down there. And we used to go to this ice cream stand called Jackson's in Dania Beach. And one day I was driving to the ice cream stand, and I saw a sign. It said CrossFit. I thought, no way. And I kept on driving. Went right to the ice cream store. Got my double scoop cone of the best ice cream in the world. 2 days later, went back for more ice cream. This time, I stopped in. And what I saw was just this explosive room of people over here doing what I now found out to be wall balls, burpees, and power cleans. Over here was what is now an on-ramp or an elements class, beginners with PVC pipes and a coach telling them what to do. Over there, people that had already been done, rolling out on these foamy things and using these rubber balls and doing things and stretching things in bands. And it was electric, it was loud, and it was sweaty, and it looked fun. I went to another gym. I just wanted to see some gyms, and called Peak 360. And I met the owner, Virginia Trinidad, and it was awesome. But the experience was so cool that I literally came home, flew to Washington, D.C. from Milwaukee. I got certified in CrossFit, and came back home, quit my job, liquidated my IRA, and opened a gym. I did run in the Senior Olympics for my father and out in Palo Alto at the University of Stanford campus, and got beat by 467 senior citizens. Yeah, it was eye-opener. And as I ran around the campus and I saw them fencing and boxing and playing javelin throws, and they were doing all the stuff, the Olympics, all the venues, as we ran around the campus. And I thought, wow, these people are killing it. We think old people are done. I now have news for you, because I'm now one of those old people. No, we're not. we are just starting. I get better. I'm a better version of myself every single day. And it's because of what we do here at CrossFit Greendale and CrossFit Menominee Falls. We have 2 locations now. I wouldn't trade this for anything. when I first opened this gym, the clock and the competitive aspect didn't really jump out at me. So my first year in business, we didn't do the CrossFit Open. We also had 4 members, so it wasn't really like a necessary thing. And I was still relatively new to it myself. I mean, I struggled with lifts. I still struggle to this day with lifts, with flexibility, balance. Certain things I'm still working on. But as time went on, and we got more and more members, and more, I got better and better, and I hired coaches, and more people came in. We found out we were pretty good at this. And I found out I'm pretty good at this. And that's the other gene, I guess, that I got from my father, is that will to win, that will to be better, that will to go, to drive, to just succeed. Pushed me to my first year in the Open in 2012 to a 42nd position in the world for the men's masters 45 to 49. Now I thought, wow, that's really good. I find out that the top 20, and then the next 20, there's a separation factor there that's exponential. It is narrowing as the pool gets deeper. More and more people come in. But so I thought, 42nd, and I couldn't do a muscle up in that workout. So and I thought, okay, maybe next year. And next year comes around, and lo and behold, I ended up making it to the CrossFit Games, ranked 3rd in the Open. But I blew my leg out. I'm a medical mess. I've got a torn calf. I've got a sketchy shoulder. All from things that I did as a child. I mean, as a kid, 20s and 30s, motorcycle accidents, boating accidents, stupid things that I just never had addressed. Somehow I was able to do that, and got out to California, and the bug hit. I've been to the CrossFit Games twice, and now we have hundreds of members in both locations, and they're all pulling for us. And last year when I was out there, we were running around the track, and my leg blew out again. And I had won the deadlift ladder, and I came in 2nd or 3rd in the sled drags. The next event was a run and rope climb, and my leg goes out in the quarter-mile run. We had to run 5 quarter miles, and I actually thought I might as well walk and time out because I don't want to hurt myself worse because there's still 6 more events. But then I thought, I've got 300-400 people at home watching me, and I always tell them, don't give up. Yes, you can. And so I kept on going, and it was a struggle. But I finished under the time cap, and out of 20 men, I actually ended up beating a guy who had a hard time getting up this last rope climb. And I was able to, so not quitting, that was profound for a lot of us, including myself. Just don't quit. And I went on to finish 12th overall in the world, and again, it was a treat. Now, here we are, find ourselves right in the middle of the CrossFit Open right now, 3rd weekend, sitting in 5th place in the world. Be running 2 gyms, working probably 15 hours a day, training 5 days a week with a 28-year-old workout partner who's ranked tied for 17th in the region right now. She's an amazing athlete, pushes me hard, and she gets pushed by me by trying to stay ahead of me, which is kind of fun. And I try to push by trying to not get lapped by her, but it works. It just works. We do it for ourselves, we do it for our members, we do it for the community. We have a lot of staff that help. I have my girlfriend, partner in the other gym. Her business card reads the boss. She takes care of the scheduling. She schedules our schedule, so we have time to train together for the most part. In the afternoon, we get up at 5:30, 6 in the morning. We teach classes. We might get a little cardio session in between 10:30 and noon. Sometimes not. We're doing other things. Still got to mop the floor. Still got to clean the toilets. Things still have to get done. And then we'll have a class till 1, and we usually have some time between 1:30 and 4 before the next class starts. So there's a 2.5-hour window there. We'll throw down another couple of sessions and try to have a salad before the 4 o'clock session start. And we'll run our various ways. She'll go to one gym, I'll go to the other, and we'll handle our business. We get back together, 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, have a dinner, re-update the website. Take care of all the social media and all the emails and phone calls, and try to get to bed by 10:30 or 11 and get up and do it again. The best part of my day, and I teach my elements or my on-ramp classes every day, 5 days a week. It's the best part of my day. I don't know why. To watch the light bulb go off, to see someone do something new for the first time, to watch a 60-year-old man or woman climb a rope for the first time, to do a power clean, or to do their first squat after 60 years or 70 years. is intriguing. Every day is a new day. You know? I had never imagined that I'd have a gym where I'd have a mother and a son or a father and a daughter working out together in the same time, same place, doing the same thing, next to a world-class gymnast, next to a professional hockey player, next to a grandmother in her late 60s. It's just, and then they all convene and get together, and it's become the community that we all talk about and hear about. If I were to go walking past the pull-up rig and just drop to the ground in the middle of the wad, I hope they finish it, drag me outside and say, he was a really good guy.